Welcome to The Healing Artist. I'm your host, Frida, and it is midweek yet again. What will we talk about today? Kicking off the month of November, questioning everything. What is even happening in the world? Being in America, everything outside of our doors seems like it is kind of falling apart right now. Fascinating. So our jobs as spiritual beings, as souls here on earth having human experiences, our jobs is to stay deeply rooted and grounded while the 3D matrix crumbles apart, while we sit in the middle of the fall of the patriarchy. Boy, howdy, how interesting is it to be alive right now? Honestly, I'm loving it. And that does not discount the amount of people that are going through some really difficult times right now. I can have empathy and simultaneously be amazed at the unfolding. So today I thought it would be kind of interesting to talk about Vedic versus tropical astrology. Now, I know very little about these things, but I do know this. I met Jillian Evelyn on episode 60 of The Healing Artist, and she introduced me to cosmic human design. And cosmic human design reads off of the Vedic astrology chart. And tropical astrology is what we're really used to here in Western culture. And the tropical zodiac is based on the seasons, whereas the Vedic astrology is based on sidereal zodiac, which is takes into consideration where we are using the fixed stars. So it changes over time, whereas the tropical astrology does not. Now, when I first learned about human design, at this point, about 6 years ago, I thought, this is great. I was very interested in it. I had a energy healer teacher that I was really interested in, and they're very much into human design, so I took some classes from them. It's something that they talked about all of the time. They too had a podcast, and I would listen to it. And they were just so gung-ho all in on human design. I was like, because I trusted them, I was like, okay, let me learn as much as I can about this. Took several classes from them, got the human design book, learned about Ra Uru and all the different things. And I would do it in bits of time. I'd go all in on it for a period of time and then need to pull back. It's you can only get access and go so far at any given time. But there were some major things that I took away from the tropical astrology chart, and I lived by. Now, they say live by your human design. Live in this way, using your strategy and authority for 7 years. Try it out for 7 years and see how it changes your life. 5 years into that is when I met Jillian Evelyn, and she turned me on to cosmic human design. The human design that I lived by for 5 years was a 1-3 projector. It is what I studied for 5 years, and I don't regret any of that. I do not regret living as a projector for all of that time. I don't regret learning how to wait for the invitation, because boy, howdy, do I now know how to wait. I have learned patience over 5 years about really leaning into that and learning that. And then also I would share just in regular astrology, I was a Sagittarius sun, a Capricorn rising, and a Leo moon. And while that fit and everything, finding out in Vedic astrology, I am a Scorpio sun, Sagittarius rising, and Leo moon fits way better. I have always had so many issues with Scorpios, and I'm like, ugh, I don't like that. It's the worst. Of course, I am a Scorpio. What they always say, like in, oh God, what is that modality? My brain. The Enneagram. Oh my God, my brain. I swear to God. Okay, so they say in Enneagram that like the sign that you're like the most repulsed by might be a good clue as to that's what you are. Anyway, I was always the most repulsed by Scorpios or like what that sign stood for, everything about it. Like, of course I'm a Scorpio. I mean, it absolutely fits. So there's a level here about claiming this stuff, right? And how much can it help us? So in the Vedic astrology, I found out that I was a manifesting generator, a 4-6 manifesting generator, the opportunist role model, with the right angle cross of the unexpected. Now, when I read what the right angle cross of the unexpected was, it clicked in a way that I could never get my projector profile to click with. There were things in it that just never really resonated. And learning this, the 4-6 manifesting generator, it just makes a ton of sense. It's like, oh, that's me. All of this, why do I want to tell you about this? I want to tell you about it because in learning this, and after literally spending 5 years of my life taking classes, learning everything I could, and like doing my gene keys and my just like astrology and my human design, basing it all off of the tropical astrology, and then finding out so much more that the Vedic was what was resonating with me, it has made this huge thing inside of me go, oh my God, take what resonates and leave the rest, right? It's something we hear all the time with tarot readings and just like in this spiritual work. Yeah, take what resonates and leave the rest. Cool. What this has made me do in learning this is kind of like go, what can I trust and what can I base anything off of? And what I can base everything off of is my connection to my higher self and what feels right within me. So there was a level of me not being ready to claim my power yet when I was taking all of those human design classes and trying to learn the most I could about myself. When I was working with a teacher that was the one that had introduced me to human design, and when I was deeply engrossed in her podcast and all of that kind of stuff, I was giving my power away to someone that I thought was way more knowledgeable than I was, that had better insights as a psychic, etc., etc. Basically, I just was giving my power away because they made me feel wee and small in a lot of ways. And they made me feel they were a very like powerful person, and they made me feel like questioning even my own thoughts. They would tell me things in class that made me question my own internal knowings. But I didn't have it within me yet to be able to know that the one true thing, throwing all of this out the window, that I can count on is my connection to my higher self, my connection to God, my connection to source energy in the universe. Where do you give your power away in your life? Do you give your power away to a system or a group of people or community or your family or a specific family member? Like, is there any place in your life that you give your internal guidance and knowing? You sit your own inner knowing to the side because you think, oh, no, this other person knows better than me. Now, I don't regret any of this, this person changed my life in a way where I will be forever grateful. Like, I have no doubt in my mind that ahead of time, I was like, you're going to activate me in the following ways. And like, they were a huge catalyst for change in my life. But then I had to actually decondition away from them in order to step into my personal power and become a teacher. To become the person that I am in the process of becoming now, I had to actually pull them out of my system. So they helped me so much up to a certain point, and then it was like, stop. Now it is my time to step into my power and have to move the teacher's stuff out of my field. Because when we give our power away, when we allow other people to tell us what we're thinking, that's not the point. But I want to tell you that I needed them until I didn't anymore. Something that's wrong with coaches and healers that want to hold on to you. One of my big things that I share with my students all the time, and my number one thing, is we are all teachers to each other. We're just sharing in different ways. There's different times that one will be walking ahead or leading the group at different times. We can have expertise in a certain thing that we share, but everyone has expertise in something. And it's about breaking free from that hierarchical, patriarchal way of teaching, and it's about standing side by side and co-creating together. At least that's my blueprint. That's what I bring. So I talk to my students about, let's walk side by side for a period of time. Do you want to walk next to me? And at any point, and I've had students come and go because it's time for them to move on. When I resonate for you, let's walk next to each other. I have a teacher that I'm working with right now. They're teaching me. We will walk side by side for a period of time, and then we won't anymore. So this is really about take what resonates and leave the rest. And friends, do not give your power away to systems, programs, other people, and just like gigantic belief systems. I came in here coming in hot with the whole Vedic versus tropical astrology thing, which I know little bits about. But I think that what I really want to talk about is just not giving your power away to a system or another person or anything else. People are waking up to the fact that they have more power now. Like, especially here in America, this is my lived experience in the United States. And people are realizing that the systems that have been put in place to help them, they might need to really fight for systems like that to be able to exist. Like, they need to be actively involved in it more. And depending on how all of this SNAP stuff turns out and food scarcity and all of that kind of stuff, we're going to need to be getting tribal and coming together and community orienting ourselves to help our communities exist through these times that are like, what is even happening? We are in the fall, and we're going to have to pony up within our communities to take care of each other. That's the next step. We each have a lot more power than I think that we realize. And our power really, when we give our power away to these different systems, we do ourselves a disservice, I feel like. So there's a way in which I enjoy all of these things. I enjoy human design. I enjoy astrology. I enjoy the gene keys, and not dogmatically leaning into them in such a fashion that they are the everything. Because there is really just one sort of everything, and that's your internal guidance, your internal knowing, and your internal connection to source, your higher self, God. Now, this is something I understand, is that I didn't have an ability to connect to myself until I did a lot of healing work. I had to do 5+ years of healing work to be even able to open my channel and begin to communicate with my higher self and be able to hear and have all these different psychic gifts come online and stuff. I mean, that came from doing my work and making that connection to my higher self, to practicing, I understand that people seek answers and are looking for something, but I just keep coming back to stop looking for something outside of yourself. I know it took me a really long time and doing so much work to get to the point that I am now. But I believe that the young people that are coming into our earth now, that are coming in, have more access. The generation before us opened all of these doors. Us, my generation, we are opening these doors now. We are evolving and elevating human consciousness right now in this moment so that the people that are coming behind us, the younger people coming in, are going to have even more access. And the people younger than me are opening things up so that the ones before them can have more access. It's like we're each climbing up these levels, and then we open it up so that the ones before us, we can help put your feet here on my hands and step higher and step higher and step higher. We can do that. My prayer in this world is that God works through me in a way that delights my mind, body, and spirit. God, work through me. I am available for service. Use me as you want to. I'm just here for it. I am here to show up and to be of service in this world. What God has for me is better than anything I ever could have imagined for myself. So use me as you want to, God. And when people don't like the word God, I say God, universe, source, the creator, divine, whatever you want to call, something that is bigger than us. And stop giving your power away, because you're incredible, you're magnificent, you are greater than you could ever imagine. You're amazing and remarkable. Stop giving your energy to all these different systems. If you have a different inner knowing, go with your inner knowing, your inner connection. Don't second guess yourself because of one of these systems that you've been told is a system to apply yourself to. That's just my 2 cents. I don't think that that's a very, what I'm saying isn't particularly popular, but it is my blueprint. My blueprint is all about helping to cheerlead and elevate each one of you to be a mouthpiece for you to have your own connection to source energy. I want to help you get connected to you so that you're making decisions for yourself. I don't ever want to be telling you what to do. Hell no. I'm not that kind of a teacher. I'm not that kind of a light worker. I'm all about you making choices for you and assisting and aiding you on that journey if you choose me. So, let me tell you about my program, Return to Self-Love. We are a morning meditation community. We meet Monday through Friday. At this point in time, that's the way it goes. That's how we're going to take it through the end of the year, but we're going to probably shift what this community looks like coming into 2026. But as of now, we meet 5 days a week, and if you can't make it, there's a recording and you can do it later in the day. But we're really a high-level community doing our healing work, clearing stuff out, and welcoming in that connection between you and your higher self. We meet in California time from 7 to 7:30 a.m. And the folks that are in that program are blowing up. They're just, all sorts of spiritual gifts are coming online. Some of them have been in there with me at this point 8 months, some 6 months, some 3 months. But yeah, everybody's doing unbelievably amazing. And if I resonate with you, if this sounds of interest, go to fridahealing.com. You can go to my Return to Self-Love page and you can check that out. You can also just book a call with me and let's chat. Let's find out if we're a good fit to work together. Since this is my birthday month, I'm not a birthday month kind of lady, but I think it's fun for this podcast and the way that I intend to release these things. I wanted to share 100 videos by the end of 2025, and a great way to get to the number 100 by the end of 2025 is to release a handful of episodes during this month of November, and I'm doing it as a theoretical here birthday gift. So my gift to you is going to be a 5-minute, a 10-minute, a 15-minute, a 20-minute, a 25-minute, and a 30-minute meditation. I just want those things to live in the podcast archive so that you can go to them and be able to use them in the future at your convenience. Oh, here's a 5-minute meditation. Oh, I have time for a 20-minute meditation, that kind of thing. So I'll be creating those and releasing those throughout the month of November. And I'm telling you about it here because I'm not going to go on with a whole bunch of preamble before, just so that they are what they are. And they'll be coming out throughout the month of November. And yes, I am a silly goose that I want to do 100 episodes in the year 2025, but I do, and I'm doing it. 2026, I'm probably going to release 1 episode a week. That's the way I see this going, or maybe there'll be special things along the way. But for this first year, and really learning how to use the recording equipment, everything that I've been through in terms of what is the best way to do sound, how do I edit it, just the learning, all of it. I had 100 as that number in my head, and by golly, I'm gonna do it. Oh, Lordy Lou. So funny. So, yeah, look up Vedic and tropical astrology. Look up your 2 signs within it. See if that's of interest to you. And I had somebody tell me this, and I'm not sure. I was like just chatting with them about it, and I was like, how come the tropical astrology resonates super well with some people, but the Vedic astrology resonates better with other people? And they said maybe it has something to do with like the amount of past lives one has had within those 2 different areas of the world. So yeah, I don't know. The Vedic is just what really, really resonates with me because of course I am a Scorpio sun. Of course I am a Sagittarius rising, and the Leo moon stays the same. Of course. It's a whole bunch of fire. But before I thought I was a bunch of fire and some earth. This is I'm some fire and some water. And the way I live my life, the flow, the stuff, yeah, that feels right. That feels right to me. So I'm claiming it. So look into this stuff for yourself. And what do you want to claim? Also, it's really about when your birthday falls. And for some of you, it honestly isn't going to change anything. It might change your human design chart a little bit, but it's not going to change your signs depending on when you were born. But I'm like on that cusp where I was only a couple days away from being a Scorpio. So that's what's up. All right, my friends, I wanted to tell you that I love you. God, Universe, Source loves you. And I hope that you have a wonderful day.